The Buddha sat under a grand banyan tree, surrounded by his disciples eager to grasp his profound teachings. The evening air carried a calm energy, soothing the minds of those present in the sacred gathering. The Buddha, with serene wisdom, began to address his disciples about the essence of rebirth and its implications. His gaze, steady yet compassionate, infused a sense of trust and understanding into each heart before him. Disciples, the cycle of samsara is akin to a spinning wheel driven by desires, ignorance, and aversions, Buddha said gently. The disciples leaned closer, their minds yearning to unravel the truths of existence that their master would reveal. The Buddha continued, "Imagine a potter's wheel spinning without pause. The potter's hand fueling its relentless motion with effort and intent." The Buddha paused momentarily, allowing the metaphor to settle within their understanding before proceeding further. In the same way, our attachments fuel the cycle of rebirth, binding us to the realms of suffering and joy. His voice carried a soothing cadence, each word deliberate, each thought profound, resonating deeply with the listeners. Ananda, with a mix of curiosity and reverence, raised his hand to seek clarity on the vital subject. "Master, how can we interrupt this cycle and free ourselves from its endless grip?" Ananda's question reflected the yearning within each disciple gathered in pursuit of enlightenment. The Buddha's serene smile conveyed both encouragement and compassion as he answered, "One must perceive suffering clearly to unravel the cycle's origin and understand its cessation." His teachings, filled with wisdom, carried the promise of liberation for those willing to tread the path. Only through the Four Noble Truths can one dismantle the illusions that bind our existence to the wheel of samsara. The disciples absorbed his words, their faces reflecting determination to delve deeper into the foundations of the Buddha's teachings. The Buddha continued, "The first truth illuminates suffering's omnipresence. The second reveals its roots, deeply entrenched in craving and aversion." His teachings, rich with clarity and insight, encouraged the disciples to grasp the nature of reality fully. The third truth unveils the possibility of cessation, a state where suffering's cause ceases, granting freedom from its grip, he explained. And the fourth truth guides you toward liberation through the Eightfold Path, a disciplined journey toward wisdom, ethics, and concentration. The Buddha's voice was unwavering, its serenity matched only by the profound depth of his teachings. The disciples listened intently, their minds captivated by the gentle flow of wisdom emanating from the enlightened master. Buddha's teachings created ripples of thought, challenging each disciple to explore the intricate layers of their own existence. As the moon ascended, its silver glow reflected upon their faces, now filled with contemplation and quiet resolution. The Buddha's presence, serene and luminous, imbued the gathering with a sense of sacred purpose and clarity. He addressed their silent reflections with humility and grace. Understand the impermanence that shapes all existence. Through this awareness, liberation becomes attainable. The disciples, inspired and transformed, left the gathering with hearts filled with the seeds of wisdom. Their thoughts were steeped in the profound truths the Buddha unveiled, guiding their actions toward mindfulness and compassion. The banyan tree stood steadfast, witnessing the unfolding of timeless wisdom beneath its shade. The echoes of enlightenment carried beyond. Another day, the morning sun gently bathed the bamboo grove where the Buddha and his disciples gathered for guidance. The air carried a fresh clarity, weaving a tapestry of serenity and attentiveness among those seeking wisdom. The Buddha's calm presence, under the shade of the rustling leaves, emanated peace that quieted restless minds. The Buddha addressed the assembly, his voice imbued with warmth and insight. "Disciples, today I share a story to awaken understanding." His gaze moved softly across the faces of his disciples, each awaiting his words with open hearts and minds. Long ago, within a lush forest filled with vibrant life, lived a deer known for wisdom and compassion. He began. The disciples listened intently, picturing the vivid scene their master described, their imagination drawing them closer to the story's lessons. This deer noticed a trap set by a hunter near the riverbank, a danger threatening all creatures within the forest. The Buddha's tone carried a weight of responsibility, urging the listeners to grasp the importance of mindful actions. The wise deer chose not to flee but instead to warn its fellow beings about the peril before them. The disciples pondered the deer's selfless actions, their faces reflecting awe at its courage and profound compassion. The Buddha continued. The hunter observed this remarkable act and felt moved to reconsider his ways, abandoning his harmful trade to live righteously. His voice, steady and insightful, guided their thoughts toward the transformative power of virtue and kindness. The Buddha paused, allowing the disciples to absorb the unfolding story and reflect on its deeper truths. The deer ultimately met its end, but its actions shaped its rebirth in a realm of greater joy and understanding. His words carried a solemn tone, illustrating how one's choices influence the cycle of rebirth in meaningful ways. A disciple named Kassapa, inspired by the story's wisdom, raised a question to seek further clarity. Master, what lessons should we carry from the tale of this compassionate deer? Kassapa's question reflected the collective curiosity of the listeners. Eager for guidance, the Buddha smiled, his expression filled with patience and encouragement. The deer exemplifies how selfless actions sow seeds that blossom into realms closer to liberation, he explained. The gathering was enveloped in a profound sense of enlightenment. Illuminated by the simplicity and depth of the story, the Buddha elaborated. Our actions carve pathways for rebirth, each life offering opportunities to cultivate understanding, compassion, and wisdom. His teachings echoed in their minds, inspiring them to contemplate their own choices and their consequences. The rustling leaves of the bamboo grove seemed to harmonize with the Buddha's voice, carrying the essence of his teachings. Live mindfully and act with kindness. These deeds shape futures that move us toward the cessation of suffering, he said. The disciples sat in silent contemplation, immersed in the imagery and wisdom revealed through their master's story. The Buddha's presence radiated a timeless tranquility, anchoring them firmly within the moment of spiritual reflection. As the morning sun climbed higher, illuminating the grove, the disciples were left with seeds of wisdom to nurture. Their thoughts resonated with the lessons shared, each determined to embody the virtues of the wise deer. The bamboo grove stood witness to the exchange of profound truths, the echoes of enlightenment rippling beyond its boundaries. Another day, the evening sky displayed hues of amber and indigo as the disciples gathered around their enlightened master, the Buddha. The soft breeze carried whispers of calmness, setting the stage for another profound teaching to unfold. The Buddha sat beside a small clay lamp, its flame casting a gentle glow over the gathering. The Buddha spoke, his voice steady and kind. Disciples, observe this lamp and its flame. It holds a profound truth about existence. His gaze rested on the flickering light, drawing the attention of his disciples to its constant yet impermanent nature. This flame appears singular and unchanging, yet it evolves moment to moment, sustained by conditions like oil, wick, and air. The Buddha's words carried a calm clarity, inviting his disciples to reflect on the subtle lessons the flame presented. Similarly, our lives are shaped by conditions, impermanent in nature, and lacking a fixed self that endures across time. A disciple named Sariputta, deeply intrigued by the metaphor, raised a question with heartfelt reverence. Master, how do we transcend these conditions and attain liberation from the cycle of becoming? The question resonated with the assembly, each member yearning for guidance to navigate the path to nirvana. The Buddha smiled gently and answered, "One must extinguish craving and delusions, which are the fuel sustaining the flame of samsara." His voice carried wisdom, a guiding light to help his disciples comprehend the intricate dynamics of existence. By following the Eightfold Path, you gradually remove the conditions that bind you to the cycle of rebirth. The clay lamp's flame swayed softly in the breeze, echoing the impermanence of all things in the disciples' minds. The Buddha continued, "Understand that nirvana is not annihilation, but the cessation of craving, the quenching of the fire within." His teachings created ripples of insight, illuminating pathways to liberation for those ready to embrace them. The gathering fell into reflective silence as the disciples absorbed the profound wisdom their master shared. The Buddha's presence radiated peace and clarity, anchoring them firmly within the transformative lessons being unveiled. The rustling leaves harmonized with the Buddha's words, creating an atmosphere charged with a timeless reverence for the truth. Let go of attachment, and the flame of suffering ceases, revealing the serenity of a liberated mind, he said. His disciples felt the depth of his teachings, each mind striving to grasp the essence of liberation. The Buddha reached for the lamp and extinguished its flame, allowing the gathering to witness the metaphor's culmination. This darkness is not absence but a promise of peace. The cessation of craving births profound tranquility, he concluded. His teachings resonated deeply, challenging each disciple to embody the truths they had heard. As twilight gave way to night, the disciples departed with hearts infused with wisdom and minds seeking the cessation of craving. The bamboo grove stood witness to yet another timeless exchange, the echoes of enlightenment rippling beyond its boundaries. Thank you for watching. Buddha's teachings are always with you. Subscribe to our channel and we will see you in the next video.